ahead and spill some tea for how to build your own TikTok shop drop shipping store. So this way you spawn money and you get to become the next wave of creators, the feudal lords, the digital and physical feudal lords. So if you're mom over 40 trying to figure out how to do this, let me go ahead and spill some tea. So the first thing first is, and by the way, this is my patio, guys. This is my electric bike over here. I figured I'd just go ahead and kind of sit down real quick, spill some tea real quick for you. So this way you learn how to create your own business model, your own feudal kingdom. So this way you spawn money and have a lot of fun in the process. Okay, guys, so check this out. Here's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna give you step by step for how to spawn that money. Okay, the first thing what you're gonna do, you're gonna find a supplier. So I imagine you already understand what is drop shipping. You already seen my previous videos, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna find a supplier from China, and that supplier is gonna be taking the orders that you're gonna tell supplier to take. So in simple words, you're going to be explaining to your supplier in China what you need to order. So the way this business model works is you simply find a viral product, and after you find a viral product, you let the supplier know, yo, go ahead and order that product for me. And the supplier is going to be like, I bet, let me go ahead and order a product. And of course, the next thing what's going to happen is he's going to make sure that the product that you're China, that you found that is supposedly viral, is going to be delivered to you. But how do you make that happen? How do you make all of those things happen? How do you get the product? If you're bougie boss mom over 40, you're trying to figure out how to pay for your kids, for your cats and dogs, everything is expensive. Like, how do you deliver, how do you get that product, and how do you take that product that you found that supposedly is viral and take it to the next level and sell it on TikTok shop and sell it using your own store? Like, how the heck do you do that? Okay, let me go ahead and break down the tea, guys. Thank you for allocating a little bit of your time, and I'm gonna explain to you how you do this, okay? So the first and the most important part is I'm going to describe to you the process for how to do this. Okay, guys? So definitely squabble up, bougie boss moms over 40, because this process, you're definitely going to need to understand how it works. I'm going to go ahead and I will go through all the phases for you to explain how this drop shipping model works. It's a hybrid drop shipping model that is not taught anywhere in the world. It combines both TikTok shop and your own store. So here's what you're going to do. I'm going to give you exact formula for how to go ahead and get that product up and running and how to scale it. Okay, and you're going to be able to scale it in a relatively quick amount of time. Don't worry, guys, about the technical mumbo jumbo of how to do AI content driven automations or anything like this yet. Just try to understand the high level process for what you're going to be getting yourself into in order to spawn an insane amount of money. Once you understand that process, it's going to be smooth sailing. Thank you guys for allocating a little bit of your time. And hello, I see you saying hi. Okay, guys, look, I'm just chilling over here. Chilling. I don't know if you could see my leg. I literally, like, I could barely see the screen because I literally just went to the doctor, and anytime you go for your eye check, they add some, they make your eyes dilated and they put some liquid in it, so you can't see anything for like 3 hours afterwards. So technically I can't really see anything. Everything is blurry, but what I do have is information in my head for how to help you succeed. So check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and once again describe the full model for you guys that you could execute. So this way you could spawn money relatively quickly. So pay close attention. And if you are concerned like what the model is, I already created a video for you guys. It's in my YouTube channel. It's available for you to consume. So guys, check this out. Check this out. And definitely, guys, squabble up because that's a lot of tea we got over here, guys. So check this out. The tea is like really, oh, okay. So we're asking some other questions. I could rarely see. I see some comments, guys. I could barely see anything because, as I mentioned, I got out of from the doctor. Can't see anything for the next like 3 hours. In fact, my manager called me up and he's like, yo, we have MI. MI stands for major incident. And I'm like, well, dude, I'm sorry. I can't help you. I can't see anything. So supposedly I should be like fixing things right now. But today I decided to take like a half day off because I had to go to the doctor. But anyway, guys, look, I don't want to bore you with that. Just kind of do recognize that if you don't see me responding in the comments, kind of understand that I can't really see right now. It's going to fade away in about like 3 hours or so. But look, here's what I'm going to tell you. Like, okay, so guys, by the end of this workshop, you're going to have all the tea to go ahead and start building your own feudal kingdom, your own business, your own TikTok shop plus drop shipping business. And this is not like a one trick pony TikTok shop that you hear people talking about it, like, you know, like the stupid thing, promoting promoting other brands. Like, oh my God, why would you want to do that? Like literally getting other people rich versus getting yourself rich. Forget about it. I'm going to go ahead and break down the tea and explain to you how you could get yourself rich versus getting other people rich. But don't like sometimes I give you guys advice. Don't promote other people, get yourself rich. But I also give other types of advices where, yeah, do promote other people and also get yourself rich. So sometimes you see like some me provide contradictory advice. You just gotta understand which path you're gonna pick, because some moms, they're not ready to become the feudal lord, the hybrid feudal lord, the next wave of creators. They're not ready to be a brand owner and also a creator all at the same time. The type of mom who understands margins and how to discover winning products and how to just spawn more money. Some people don't want to do that. They just want to kind of relax, enjoy, just chill with their kids and monetize the heck out of their pets, cats, and dogs. They don't want to be the next wave of creators. But if you want to spawn money, guys, and in case if you want to be the next wave of creators and want to become the feudal lord and get other people to promote content for you, versus you being the process prisoner and a TikTok zombie promoting other people's products and getting them rich, then and wanted to instead get yourself rich, then continue to listen up. I'm gonna make it well worth it, guys. So check this out. Squabble up, Bougie Boss Moms, because we got a lot to cover. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and break down the tea and describe the whole process from start to finish. So this way, boom, you just take all those tips and you run with them. And then you come back to me and be like, oh my God, Rome, I'm spawning money. Holy smokes, thank you so much. Now I could have more vacation with my pets, cats, kids, and dogs. Now, oh my God, I just wish I discovered this earlier. Okay, so guys, look, the first thing what you're gonna do, you're gonna find a supplier, okay? And once you find the supplier, you're gonna get that supplier to order some products. You're gonna research some of those products from this website called 1688. Okay, write it down, 1688. This is, don't use Alibaba, I don't use AliExpress, that's all a scam. You're gonna be getting like losing your shirt trying to deal with those guys because there's too many middlemen and you don't want that. They're gonna eat up all the margins. So use 1688 website, go there, find the product and reach out to the supplier. In case if you don't have a supplier, like you can't just order you can't just order a product for 1688 unless you have Chinese documents, like unless you like have ID or whatever they have, whatever their ID thing. So forget about that. Instead, what you do, guys, if you want, I have a supplier for you in my community who can help you out, and he speaks English and can provide all the info and can order those products for you and then ship them out for you into your fulfillment center in China. I recommend you have your own fulfillment center in China. If you don't have your own fulfillment center in China, then what's gonna happen is you could still tell a supplier and just like tell them to ship products directly to your house. But what I prefer to do and what I prefer to tell moms to do is to squabble up with the fulfillment center in China, send the products there, because this way you're gonna be able to do all sorts of upsells. Because a lot of moms over 40, they make a huge mistake. Like they think that it's all about finding a product, but it's more than just finding a product. It's about finding a combination of multiple bells and whistles that will create the product, a product. I hope that makes sense, guys. So guys, so squabble up because we got a lot to cover. So hopefully you could follow the flow. So the flow is you're gonna find some products over there in 1688. Now, and some of you will say, well, I don't know how to find a product. How do I know if it's a winning product? Like, guys, don't worry about that. I created a workshop that literally talks about what kind of criteria you should look for when picking a product. If you pick a product that is like a random product and doesn't follow any of those criteria, you're gonna get cooked. You're gonna get cooked, and you're gonna be like a TikTok zombie creating videos, wandering and pondering and spending colossal amount of time and like sitting there being totally cooked. Like, guys, if you want to succeed, follow the criteria. In fact, I made it so stupid easy for you. I went ahead and I operationalized them for you inside of my automation. So I have this feudal hustler. His name is Bruno. As you guys know, what I do as part of the talent agency, I love to squabble up together with powerful side hustlers who have the same mission of helping moms over 40. And what I do is I give them opportunities. I give them the feudal share, the tokens of opportunity to discover freedom while helping out those bougie boss moms over 40 make some money too. And of course, guys, the Bruno is really powerful side hustler. He first came to me, he wasn't really powerful at first, but then out of a sudden he grew his power quickly. Out of a sudden he's like spawning, finding products and everything. What I did as a token of appreciation and reward for Bruno, the feudal hustler, I said, Bruno, look, I'm gonna make you rich. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to serve the feudal lords, the bougie boss moms over 40, who would be interested in learning from you how to do some of those AI automations, how to save time, how to operationalize some of those research processes of finding viral products. Because guys, your brain is going to be totally cooked if you're going to try to do this manually. The first time you definitely got to understand the manual process, but then a bit later, like if you do it too many times, you're going to realize like, oh my god, I'm getting cooked trying to research all those products. Just imagine, you gotta research, like, maybe if you want to be successful, you got to iterate through a couple of products. You can't just like go ahead and find one product and sit for like 3 months, 4 months. No, it got to be in 7 days. You got to find a product, viral product, and then boom, you search for the next one. But you got to use automations to help you speed up the process. So this way you're not getting cooked. And that's exactly what I did. I went ahead. I was like, yo, let me go ahead and help bougie boss moms not to get cooked. So this way, they just press a button and it tells them right away what the viral product is. Because I see so many moms getting cooked, creating content, wasting time, like literally when all they had to do was just get a powerful product. And of course, many moms over 40, they're probably going to be like, oh my God, I get it wrong, but what's the next step? Okay, so I find the viral product. What's the next step? Like, how do I do this next? How do I spawn money? How do I become the next wave of creators, the feudal lord? Holy smokes, tell me more, tell me more. I squabble up, bougie boss moms, because I got something more. I got more tea for you. So check this out. Once you find the supplier, and just be careful with the supplier. If you get the wrong supplier, they charge like $15 for like a product or something, you're gonna get, it's easy to get scammed unless you know exactly who the supplier is. And what we did, my talent agency developed a relationship with the supplier, and we have a reason. We get a little cut from the supplier for helping you guys basically build that business. And what we do, we supply you with AI automation software, so this way you have everything in a single place in one spot. And I'll explain a little bit more about why you got to do this. Otherwise, you're totally gonna get cooked. Like, just imagine you try, like, literally all those once you realize and recognize all those processes that I'm going to be describing to you of what's involved, you're going to be like, oh my god, I better go ahead and squabble up together with Ron Wells and his talent agency to get optimum advantage in terms of spawning more feudal lords, spawning more money, and having, like, literally just being able to afford all those vacations, being able to travel. I may go to Russia, guys. I may travel this year. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe going to Russia. I'm doing many different things, guys. I'm doing real estate investing across Russia and United States and Airbnb, that kind of fun stuff. A lot of moms, they just get mesmerized by all those things that I'm doing, but you guys could do this too. It's hard. You just need a little bit of encouragement and support, and you need the right people to train you. What I do is I squabble up with the right people to train you. So guys, look, anyway, going back to like the whole thing, the supplier, whatever, right? So you get the supplier. If you don't, once again, it's in my community. It's in my interest to connect you with the supplier. It's in my interest for you to succeed, because if you succeed, we make money together. Sure, supplier gets a little cut. Supplier gives us a little cut as well from helping you. So there's a little, like, there is a talent agency, my talent agency, in the mix, but it's in our interest for you to succeed. If you don't succeed and don't make money, then we don't make money as well. And of course that kind of sucks. We still get the commission, but it's not gonna, you're gonna see that you're not making money, and you're gonna be like, nah, I don't really want to go through Ron Wells talent agency. Nah, forget that. And of course we don't want that. That's why we want to make sure you succeed. That's why we provide all the training for you. So this way you pick the winning product, you spawn more money, and then later on, guys, what we do, if you're crazy enough to go ahead and do all UGC yourself, like I was trying to do all this time with my brand, then don't worry, we have a training program for you as well for how to do this. Because the next phase of what's going to be happening, when you're going to be like sitting there researching product, and hopefully you're not just going to be using manual processes. Hopefully you're going to be like, yo, Rome, can you hook me up with some of your automations, so this way I'm not getting cooked, and do this faster and research the product faster. And I'll be like, I bet, let me go ahead and hook you up. Hopefully you're going to recognize that in context of understanding this model. But anyway, the bottom line is, guys, once you get that supplier to go ahead and order some products, you can't just go ahead and order a product that's going to be like one product. Else, if you do that, you're going to get cooked. Because 99% of people who fail in this business model are the type of people who just put all their eggs in one basket, thinking that one product is going to be hit and you're good to go. In majority of the cases, what you're going to discover with the dropshipping model If you just put a product, it's going to be like 3 times cheaper on Amazon versus what you're going to be showing on your store. So why the heck would anybody buy anything from you from your store if it's 3 times more expensive versus what's on Amazon? And I'm going to break the tea and explain more details for why that is. And I was a bit shocked myself when I saw that, when I heard about that, about this, like why the hell anybody would want to do this and buy more expensive something that's 3 times cheaper than on Amazon. And I started researching this, and I discovered that what you want to hit your audience with is instant, uh, like a many audience who are looking for problem. They want instant gratification, and they want to see something like that hits those dopamine levels. And if you do deep level research enough, you're going to identify those types of audience who are going to be more receptible in terms of purchasing from you versus from Amazon. But in order to increase your chances that you still going to become profitable, you're going to need to up your offer. You're going to need to make your strong offer, meaning like BOGO, buy one get one free type of offer. Because what's happening, the Amazon is like a powerhouse that will choke you, and it will like literally outbid you on almost all levels when it comes to any of those products. So what you want to be doing, you want to be doubling down on your personal brand plus additional offer, upsell offer, like a subscription offer, where people get to subscribe into your community. Where for example, if I was to give you a product and say, okay, you know what, let's find a viral product for you, Bougie Boss Mom. So this way you make money. You make money not only from just selling one-time product, but sell a product for entire season, and not only for entire season, but sell it on a recurring basis. So what does that mean? Like it requires a little bit of kind of turning on your brain cells. It's kind of like a little surgery in your brain, guys. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to describe to you the psychology and mentality of picking the right product and making sure that it's gonna hit all those check marks for the person on the other side who is gonna be looking at that product to recognize that it's fire and buy it, and not only buy the product itself, but buy your subscription, subscribe to you, and also be join your Discord community. So this way you get all sorts of benefits like tips, whatever you provide as an additional upsell in your community, like coupons, discounts, tips for how to take care of your pet, cat, or dog, or whatever that is that you're focusing. Which is why it's very important that you hyper focus on picking a niche. And I picked pets industry, but in your case it could be any industry. It could also be pets. But what I did is I broke down all of those different types of products across my workshops. You could see inside of those workshops on my YouTube how to pick one in a way that will stand out, in a way that will trigger that emotional connection with the audience, where they're going to be like, yep, I want to buy that, and they'll click on it and they'll buy it. But for you to recognize this criteria, many years, you may end up going through like 10 years of trials and failures and tribulations, versus just using my AI automation to quickly analyze all of those criteria that have been already researched and constantly being researched as the new trends pop up. And those automations are being updated by my feudal hustlers. You could use them, where literally will tell you if it's a viral product or not. It will give you the ratings for a viral product. And based on that ratings, your personal brand is going to be factored into it. So for example, let's say in my particular case, when I spoke with Bruno, I said, yo, Bruno, squabble up and go ahead and find me some products. And by the way, let's run them through this automation to see what rating score we're going to get. And of course, as part of this automation, the entire business model is explained. How did I build this automation? It was fairly easy. All I did was iterate it through several types of people who are really successful in building those dropshipping business models. And I extracted their brain from their from their YouTube channels, and I populated it into a big ChatGPT kind of a context. And in the process of populating that context from their YouTube channel, I attempted to understand the entire business model from start to finish, from inception of the business model all the way towards the finalization part, meaning from the moment I get the product, from the moment I start researching the product to the moment I sell it to the customer, and all the phases. I fast forwarded all of those phases and up and made them available in a big file that includes all the context, all the steps, all the phases, all you got to do, what you got to do, like how you're going to reach out to UGC people to create content for you, where should the product go, how do you understand what's the minimum number of units you need to order, like all those crazy things. I went ahead and I generated this big file. And what I did is I generated and I sniped a couple of top creators out there who are specializing in dropshipping. And because of my knowledge in AI and automation, I was able to construct a far powerful algorithm that looks at all of those different things and makes it super easy for people to understand if the product is going to pop or not. And I prompted it. Basically, it's think of it as a N8N automation with on a conversational style with a Telegram chatbot, where you literally just have a little Telegram chatbot. You say, "Hey, I want to like this is the products that I came across. Can you please rate those products for me between 1 and 10?" And it comes back and it says, based on the fact that you are in this pet niche and you're bougie boss mom specializing with pets, based on all the criteria and all the factors for winning product, this is what you need to focus. And it tells you out of all the products what you need to focus and gives you the score. And with that, you already outgunned like 90% of the competition just by from just that factor alone. By not doing that deep level research, you would instead be working harder versus working smarter. How do I know all this stuff? Guys, I'm a full stack cybersecurity cloud engineer. Did I tell you that, guys? I have banks that consult me, and I provide, I like literally, I consult for banks, huge banks, top of the world banks, and information that I discover on enterprise level, I quickly can carry that over into small business world and replicate it gazillion times faster. This is so you're getting that intelligence, operationalized intelligence, gazillion times faster. Even the people in the world of drop shipping, they don't even understand any of that stuff. When I start talking about AI and automations and operational intelligence and all that, they are gone. They're basically swimming in like, curiosity. It's news for them. For them, they don't understand that. So when I come in and start showing something like this, they be like they're mesmerized by that. So this is the reason why you should be learning things, not just from people who understand dropshipping, but people who understand business models and can help you the most. Not just somebody like who you find on a YouTube and watch the like cook your brains, analyzing them and reading them and trying to figure out what to do next. No, you need somebody who can walk you, hold you by your hand basically through the entire process, help you find that viral product, and this way you could order that, start selling it. And let me go ahead and break down what are the next steps, because right now you kind of got the idea of how the ratings came about, and that the ratings mechanism is going to get updated regularly through with the help of my virtual assistant Bruno. He's a brand manager now, and he's a fuel hustler. He's a coach as well. He can help you find the winning products and use some of those techniques that I'm describing over here in combination with automations to help you expand whatever it is that you're doing in your brand into this algorithm. So this way it's dynamic in nature, because what's gonna be happening, you're gonna start looking for product and you're gonna be like, yo, what the heck, this product, I also need to know what other people are talking about. I need to understand the reviews from other people. Are there other people who are looking at the product? Do they think it's good? Do they and the only way to figure that out is to either A, you manually know what you're doing and browsing around TikTok, looking around comments and seeing, like, getting that sentiment analysis, or you're playing smarter and you're getting AI to do that for you, to run around and sentiment analysis, come back to you and be like, yo, This is an upsell product you want to add in addition to your product to maximize your profits. And that's what I know how to do best, guys. Help you maximize those profits using AI, automations, UGC, digital faceless marketing, threat stacking, and beyond. So, guys, what I just gave you is just one small part, but what happens next? So you got the supplier, you connected the supplier. Let's say supplier was like, yo, yeah, tell me, the supplier is gonna be like this. Tell me how many orders you want me to ship. Where do you want me to ship? And you'd be like, well, we first need to ship it to a fulfillment center in China. Why? Because in China, you need to have a fulfillment center that can add a bunch of products together, put it in a package, make it all organized, slap a label, that kind of stuff. Make it absolutely customer ready. And then you want to ship it out to who? You want to ship out a couple of samples to yourself. How many? How many is a couple? The minimum number, the viable minimum number of samples in order for you to distribute those samples to your virtual assistants and UGC creators who can start creating content right away. So guys, this is advanced stuff that is not taught anywhere in the world, and I'm just kind of effortlessly iterating through this with my eyes closed, because as I told you, I went to the doctor. My doctor said, put some things, some drugs in the eyes, and I can't see for the next 3 hours. And you're learning the T, the most incredible T, um, in a verbal format, different from what you see me show you like in the previous workshops where I whip out a PowerPoint presentation and make it as clear as possible. You're learning this at exponential, accelerated way that is not taught in anywhere in the world. This is a very unique model. Why it's unique? Because you are going to be using both TikTok Shop, and your own store, but not just any store. Your store is going to be across WAP, is going to be across Go High Level. So Go High Level is what I use. This is what my Freedom Fusion System CRM is built on, based on Go High Level. Go High Level is it's everybody been using that system. A lot of small businesses. It's trusted by thousands of successful businesses. That's what my Freedom Fusion System CRM, all-in-one single pane of glass type of software, is running on. And what you're gonna get by squabbling up together with me is you're gonna get access to that system. So this way, you don't have to think like, oh, I don't have a software. Oh, I don't know. Like a lot of moms don't do this because they think it's difficult. They think it's impossible when it's really easy, guys, especially if you have a engineer like me, yeah, helping you like navigate through all those high cardinality heterogeneous complexities from all sorts of perspectives and angles in combo with my feudal hustler Bruno. And just imagine like connecting with me and learning that stuff from my feudal hustler Bruno. And again, when you join my feudal incubator, my custom coaching program, you will get the Freedom Fusion System CRM, which is basically, like, as I mentioned, all-in-one platform, single pane of glass. You could literally use it to blast your content across all socials. You could use it for AI automations. It got email nurturing campaigns, QR code generators, all sorts of plugins, all sorts of ways for you to track your leads, your UGC people, because you're going to need to interface with UGC people. How are you going to, just think about it, how are you going to, like, it's not going to be an option for you to just do UGC yourself. Otherwise you're going to get so cooked trying to do UGC yourself. You're going to be like, oh my god, you're not going to be able to scale. You want to make real good money, right? So to scale, you need to have a couple of UGC people. And how are you going to reach out to those UGC people? Sure, you could do it. The easiest way would be, of course, to do it manually, to reach out to them and create relationships with them. But the truth is, you as the brand owner, you're gonna be so swamped unless you do this early on, unless you're constantly going out thread stacking and giving compliment to UGC creators and going on TikTok talking to them, kind of like what I'm doing. Because, well, in my case, because I'm running a talent agency, it makes sense for me to do. But unless you do that, then it doesn't make any sense. Like, unless you do this, it's going to be really hard to get connected with these UGC people. But TikTok came out with TikTok Marketplace, that allows you to order UGC content specifically based on your requirement. So that is coming up. In fact, I already registered. And if you haven't registered, feel free to register. You could literally create like a portfolio of your own stuff, of your best videos, and spawn money getting connected with the brands. If you feel like you are not, this is not for you, if you feel like this is too complicated and you feel like, oh my God, I want to warm up with something easier, maybe becoming a TikTok shop affiliate first, and then maybe next, a bit later, become the next wave of creators, become the feudal lord, and become the brand owner, that the bougie boss mom that I deserve to be, right? So it's okay if you pick that other path, guys. I have multiple freedom fusion paths for moms over 40. You don't necessarily need to be the feudal lord. You don't need to start becoming the feudal lord right away. You could first serve the feudal lords, serve them, the existing brand owners, and become that TikTok shop affiliate. And we cover that path as well. But like literally, guys, you're gonna realize that, you know, sure, like if you know both sides of the puzzle, you will, it's like having superpowers. You literally, it's like having superpowers. That's why you're watching this workshop, because nobody in the world covers both models back and forth and polarizes it and switches it around and talks about benefits of one and another, and making it so easy for you to decide, while fast forwarding the direction of entire business model and multiple phases and life cycles. You just won't find anybody in the world. You'll be listening, trying to find somebody. You won't find anybody, guys. I'm telling you right now. Why? Typically, you will see people who, when they build systems, they build one system and they build it for specific audience. They kind of disconnect themselves from having to worry about any other audiences, and as a result of that, they disconnect themselves from competitive advantage. They can disconnect themselves from emerging as this digital and physical feudal lord, the hybrid feudal lord, the person who understands the margins and understands how to create content. They don't emerge as bigger selves. They end up being one-trick ponies. They end up getting stuck. Why? Because they never bothered looking at things from another perspective. While you, on the other hand, you are being smart. You're listening to this and you'll be like, oh my God, I'm beginning to understand all of those life cycles. Okay, I need to figure it out. Your brain is working at like a gazillion miles an hour trying to figure it out what you should do, whether you should become a feudal lord or whether you should serve the feudal lords. Sometimes, if you're not sure, sometimes it's just best to do both. Become both the feudal lord and serve the feudal lords. And this is precisely what I did. I made it super easy for you to understand what I mean. I created a YouTube workshop for you guys. You're going to see an example for how to become both feudal lord and also serve the feudal lords. And there's nothing wrong in serving feudal lords. There's nothing wrong with like promoting my feudal incubators, for example. I have a feudal kingdom to build. You have a feudal kingdom to build. In your case, your feudal kingdom that you're building, you want to build a TikTok shop plus drop shipping type of business. Perhaps that is your feudal kingdom. Perhaps that's what you want to do. But in order to help you grow that feudal kingdom, one feudal land at a time, you need some side hustlers that can cultivate that feudal land and make that your feudal kingdom grow. But at the same time, in the process of doing all that, you could serve other types of feudal lords. For example, you could serve my feudal kingdom, help my feudal kingdom grow, help promoting my Freedom Fusion System CRM, help promoting my feudal incubators coaching programs. And in the process, as you becoming the next wave of creators, because remember, to become the next wave of creator, you cannot be just one trick pony who's just hitting the like button and commenting and people engaging from bottom up. That's not a skill. This is a degradation of your brain. What you want to do is you want to get other people to do all that stuff. You don't really want to do that. You want to be the intelligent bougie boss mom. You want to be the one calling shots. You want to be the one creating content and creating your stories, beautiful stories, to become that beautiful storyteller, to become that feudal lord that can morph yourselves into the digital and physical world. You really need to understand models, business models, from multi-angular perspective with degrees of polarization and cohesiveness that are just not explained in anywhere. And the only way you're going to come up with that is either A, you listen to workshops like this, like the one that I'm coming up with right now, or B, iterating through those business models yourself and deriving to them on your own, which is going to be a gazillion times harder because you won't even know or understand what kind of questions to ask or what to look for. Accelerating your time to market is the key in order to make money. The only way you're going to be able to iterate through multiple products faster is if you understand the underlying complexities of each system and all of the relationships. With my Freedom Fusion System Talent Agency, you'll be able to gazillion times better and faster understand those complexities versus trying to do this on your own, being a TikTok zombie or a thread zombie, spending all that time creating content, being a process prisoner, versus being the freedom founder, the bougie boss mom that you deserve to be. And guys, I'm telling you, it's a lot better being a freedom founder versus being a freelancer or a process prisoner. If you are a freelancer and wanted to graduate yourself to become a freedom founder, then trust me, this is your path. This is your Freedom Fusion path. Notice how I'm intertangling as part of my story, as I'm intertangling my brand, how I'm introducing multiple combinations and variations of branding, and I'm doing so effortlessly. How is that even possible? This is something that you're also going to learn in my Feudal Incubator, my custom coaching program. Yes, it's expensive, guys, my custom coaching program, but if you are my Thread Stack subscriber, then you'll get a good discount into it. And of course, my students get access to Freedom Fusion System CRM, that they get access to a supplier, they get access to AI content-driven automations, Freedom Fusion automations that we build specifically to help you accelerate your research process for finding those products, viral products, because at the end of the day, time is money. And if you could save time accelerating your process of finding the right products, then guess what? It's smooth sailing afterwards. A lot of people don't understand that. But why do you think a lot of enterprise level companies are investing insane amount of money into AI? And in fact, I've seen one of the CEOs literally laid off 80% of his workforce just because people weren't ready to adapt to the world of AI. And those accelerated kind of decision making is happening all over the place. And trust me, guys, you want to be on top of those decisions. I get sometimes students come to me and say, hey, Rome, I want to learn AI. I know you're a cybersecurity full stack engineer. Like, can you tell me, like, how much AI do I need to know? How much, like, I'm trying to succeed. I'm trying to figure this out. And what I discovered is that many of those students, they don't really want to learn anything. There's a lot of programs out there that teach you cybersecurity and AI and all that other stuff. But I see a lot of them not being encouraged to learn anything. And I don't blame them. Every day there's a new certificate, every day there's new pieces of content. Why the hell would you want to learn anything when in a world where you could just ask ChatGPT to explain you things and it will just explain you things? Well, here's the reason why. How to do this, how to motivate you into learning this, because that's the biggest thing that people ask for. Like, how do you do this? How can you learn something new? I tell them, don't try to learn anything. Try to build your feudal kingdom, and then learning will come, because you're going to be a heck of a lot more motivated to spend money. And like all this learning with AI, it's all BS. Like you could easily learn this, guys, in process of building. Like just ask yourself, in the process of you going through those phases as you're building your feudal kingdom, trying to learn this TikTok shop drop shipping model and trying to iterate it and fast forward everything in your mind, trying to consume that and figure out, okay, what is going to be the next step? What is the next step? Okay, I ordered the products from China. Like, okay, I told the supplier to go ahead and get the products from, ship them to fulfillment center in China. What's next? Okay, I need to figure out the design. I need to put a thank you note. I need to put something that's differentiating, some sort of a factor, differentiating factor. I need to include some other product for an upsell. I need to differentiate myself from other people so this way I can succeed faster. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to compete against Amazon because Amazon sellers have more. They charge less, and I need to have something unique. This is the thoughts that are happening in a successful drop shipper's mind. And in order for you to tackle those thoughts and get a handle of it, you need AI, you need systems, you need ratings, algorithms, those types of algorithms that are pre-cooked already and have all the info, so this way you don't really have to do this manually. Should you do this initially manually? Yes. How can you do this manually? How can you come up with your own successful algorithm manually? I'm going to quickly describe that real quick, and you could use this framework and apply that to pretty much any business model. So what you want to do, and ChatGPT 5 literally came out. It's super fast. Like people say they don't like ChatGPT 5. I think it's a beast. It's a beast, guys. ChatGPT 5 literally just here's what you could do if you wanted to prove yourself, to see if you could really build new systems, build business systems. Take transcript from entire when this video is finished on my YouTube, download yourself a Chrome extension that takes the transcript from entire YouTube video, paste that into ChatGPT. It's probably going to be too big of a transcript. You may need to cut it, shrink it a couple of times, divide it, and then paste it in multiple chunks. But paste it into ChatGPT, and then say, based on everything what Rome Wells told me, tell me what are the next steps for me. Here's my niche, and describe what your niche is. In case if you don't have any niche, that's even more reasons for you to join my community. It's free to join. $14.99 per month is my low ticket offer for you, where you could ask any kind of questions. Of course, it's nowhere near as close as getting access to a fully blown feudal incubator, where my feudal hustlers literally get to hold your hand through the entire process. And you as a mom over 40, you have a lot to consider. You got to ask yourself, how are you going to be finding products? How are you going to be shipping them? What happens when the products gets to fulfillment center in China? How do I know that those people are not going to cheat me out of money in China? And that how do I know that this thing that they're going to ship it all out? What am I supposed to tell to the supplier? I don't even know what to say to the supplier. I don't know what to say because I don't know what the product is. How do I find the product? How do I know if it's going to be truly the winning product? What would be the criteria for the winning product? And guys, all of those questions need to be answered instantly, almost instantly. And of course, if you guys doing this manually, you're going to be quickly getting outgunned by smart people, not just drop shipping, so people who are doing things and focus just nothing on drop shipping, but by smart people who can literally snipe entire business model altogether and operationalize it with AI and then make it work. It's really smart people. Now, you could be that smart mom who could be above the game, above of just being you don't want to be just a drop shipper. You want to be a more than drop shipper. You want to be a hybrid drop shipper using TikTok strategy, and you want to be selling things on TikTok. But if you start developing this idea further and start asking yourself, well, how can I sell things on TikTok? TikTok doesn't exactly allow you to take anything from China, and it has 5-day shipping restriction. How can you do that? Well, this is why you got to use those fulfillment centers in America. 3PL fulfillment centers, there's several of them that can take the shipment all the way from your fulfillment center in China. And then you want to work with those fulfillment centers to ship it out to your fulfillment center in TikTok. And then, only then, you're going to be good to go. I would love to see you successful. I would love to see you go through this path and pick a winning product. Just watch my previous workshops. I'm constantly covering different winning products and explaining why and using those algorithms. And if you're not sure how to pick a winning product, then definitely jump into ThreadStack as a first start. This is where I curate my side hustlers, because last thing I want to do is invite people into my feudal incubator. And inside of the feudal incubator, that's where you got to already pay money. This is a coaching program for people who are ready. This is not like FUD where you get to ask questions, where you jump into guides and everything and learn thread stacking skills and all that. That's my low ticket offer. But my higher ticket offer is those feudal incubators in Discord. This is where literally you get to have those pills of freedom. You get multiple pills of freedom representing different types of workshops that you're going to be learning at accelerated pace. You get content review, where we do reviews. You could present your product. We could tell you if it's going to work or not, if it's too risky. That alone, they're going to be like, oh my God, that will probably save you from losing your shirt alone. Now, keep something in mind. You could get a good discounted access into Feudal Incubator for only like my subscription is only $14.99 to get access to ThreadStack Digital Power Bundle, which will give you access to thousands of workshops. It will give you access to premium guides. You can go ahead and ask questions directly in the workshop, where I'll be able to answer those questions. And you could jump in, raise your hand, that kind of stuff. It's sort of like a TikTok app. You could use it on your phone, mobile phone, or Android. But the bottom line is it will give you the opportunity to network together with me and my coaches. We have close to 100 coaches there. We have close to 100,000 subscribers, side hustlers there, and it's mom focused. It's mom focused. There's moms who specialize in sleep disorders. There's different types of moms. There's different, and we have grants available as well for you guys. So if you want free money, guess what? We have grants available directly in that community. You could learn how to apply to them, and we even have coaches that teach you how to apply for the brand to maximize for that grant to maximize your chances of getting that free money for your business technically. This is the reason why you want to subscribe and join my ThreadStack Digital Power Bundle. Not just because you wanted to get a guide for all the premium guides, but because you want to build this relationship that will elevate you as the future bougie boss mom over 40, finally paving the way into freedom that you've been seeking. All you got to do is DM the word PATH on my Insta, PATH. The link is in a bio. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, when you're ready, and what I do is in that community, I curate, I see like, okay, this person is serious, they want to learn that stuff. Then I go ahead and I invite them into my Feudal Incubator. Feudal Incubator invite is only by invite only, and the only way you're going to get invited is if you are that subscriber for ThreadStack. And guys, the most important part for you to understand is once you start building your feudal kingdom, there's going to be many trials, failures, and tribulations that you need to go through. Sooner or later, you're going to become a powerful feudal lord who wants to have your own coaching program. You want to coach other moms and you want to generate additional income. Sooner or later, you're going to get to the point where you're going to be like, oh, I need UGC creators. But unless you have connections and relationships pre-built already with talent agencies to feed you the UGC creators who can create content around your products, then guess what? It's really easy going to be for you to fail. This is why, another reason why you need to squabble up and join that feudal incubator. And I promise I'm not going to make it too expensive for you. My goal for you is to succeed. My goal is in my interest. It would be completely ridiculous for me not to care about moms over 40 and not to help them, considering the fact that I'm in like with Supplier on all of this. Supplier is giving me the code. It's in my interest to help you get connected with Supplier and for you to succeed. Last thing I want is for you to get a wrong product and then no longer use my supplier, and then I don't get any code. And of course, it's also in my interest to train you because obviously I have a coaching program. I get money from that as well on a monthly basis, which is a drop of a bucket in comparison to how much amount of money you could make from this business model alone. And I cover multiple business models as well. And not just me, but my feudal hustlers, top ranking coaches that I include in process of finding talent. And I find that talent, guys, through interacting. I don't include a resume of somebody or look at anybody's resume. I don't go on LinkedIn and make a job offer or anything like that. I don't believe in that. That's a traditional approach. It doesn't work. It doesn't represent the next wave of freedom founders. It represents the wave. So anyway, guys, I think you got the idea. My connection quickly got disconnected. Hopefully you guys are here with me. My eyes are slowly opening up. I have been at it for quite some time. And yeah, guys, all I want to do is give you a quick assignment. If you want to learn more about the phases of this dropshipping model, all you got to do is DM the word PATH on my Insta. I'd love to cover with you the rest of the phases, but I'm going to quickly cover them just now. But of course, the continuous breakdown of those phases will follow later. So the next phase is after the supplier, after your fulfillment person in China gets to have to so the supplier orders a bunch of products from 1688. They come to the fulfillment center. Your fulfillment center builds everything, makes it available, and then your fulfillment center hands it off to the rest of the lets your virtual assistant know that, yeah, I built it. Here's a video of a product. When you satisfy the product, you say, go ahead and send me some minimum viable number of products. and they send it over. And of course, how do you figure out the minimum viable number of products? Once again, you need to have that product available for few UGC people, for yourself, and for your virtual assistant. And you need it for as a bundled type of product, where it's a bundle and separated. And once you do that, it's going to be gazillion times easier for you guys, gazillion times easier for you to make UGC content. And in parallel, while you're getting that product, you want to be running ads on Meta Ads before even this thing arrives. So as soon as when the product does arrive, you have it already come in, and then you're ready to ship. So you're kind of winning from the time perspective. So hopefully that makes sense. That's the idea, guys. And yeah, that's all I kind of wanted to say, guys. And hopefully you will take that. And yeah, and the rest of the steps is just a matter of shipping content, shipping products all the way to the fulfillment center from your fulfillment center to 3PL. So yeah. So what you want to be doing is sending it from your fulfillment center to 3PL. That's the idea. That is the idea. And that's all, guys. And then 3PL is going to send it to TikTok. And from TikTok, you have another process that you got to follow to send it to your audience, to your customers. And that's how it works, guys. Hopefully this makes sense. And if it doesn't, let me know. DM the word PAF. I'll see you next time.